Hey everyone, it's Riley, and today I have some really simple theme ideas to share with you guys for the month of October. So as you may know if you've been here a while, one of the big goals with my channel is to make bullet journaling accessible to everyone. So even if you don't have tons of fancy supplies or tons of time or maybe a lot of natural artistic ability, these themes are themes that you can manage for sure in your bullet journal. So today I'll be sharing with you 3 different theme ideas, and what I'm going to do is just set up a cover page with each theme. So I won't be setting up all of the monthly pages, like for example a calendar or habit tracker, mood tracker, whatever it is that you want. I'll just be setting up a cover page, and then you can take those doodles and put them onto the other pages that you want to include in your own monthly bullet journal setup. So for myself, I always do a calendar page and a tasks page and usually some sort of monthly reflection. And if you want to see what those pages look like in action, I will link my October plan with me right here, where I did another pretty simple theme. And of course I set up my entire monthly setup instead of just a title page like I'll do in this video. So like I said, these bullet journal themes are all really accessible. So they were all really quick to set up. They took about 5 minutes each, and the supplies were pretty minimal. So you're gonna need some markers. Most of the markers that I used are just Crayola Super Tips or from the Crayola Colors of the World set. You'll also want some kind of black pen, like a fine liner or a gel pen. And I also used a white gel pen for some of these. And if you're new to bullet journaling and you're just kind of wondering what supplies you should get, I know a white gel pen isn't necessary, but it is my favorite way to take really simple shapes and then turn them into something fun and exciting. So I would recommend getting a white gel pen. My favorite white gel pen, along with all my other favorite supplies, are down in the description box, and there's lots of discount codes there too if you're looking for some better deals. So as we go through these themes, let me know down in the comments which of them you like the best, and if you enjoy bullet journaling content like this and you like getting just tons of bullet journal inspiration throughout the month, please do subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos every week full of ideas for you to use in your bullet journal. So for the first theme today, I'm doing a really cozy theme that's honestly quite similar to my own October Plan With Me theme. And again, I did link that video earlier. I'll put it in the description also in case you want to see it. But this is a cookie baking theme. So what I often do in my journal themes is I just draw pretty simple shapes like these oven mitts, and I'm going to draw some circles for cookies and then fill them in, and I'm going to add designs afterwards with my white gel pen. So that's the basic setup of this theme right here. As you can see, I'm using one of my Crayola Colors of the World markers. If you like brown markers and using browns and burgundies and pinks in your journal, that would be an awesome set for you. They're linked down in the description in case you're interested. So as you can see, I'm adding the cookies now. Most of them are just circles, but I did make little bite marks out of some of them, so you can totally do what you want. If you wanted to fill the whole page with cookies, you could. If you wanted to add a border and only put the cookies within that border, you definitely could do that too. I just sort of did a splash of cookies in the middle of the page, and then the rest of the page is pretty open. Now I'm adding some chocolate chips with my brown marker, and then the final step is going to be to use my white gel pen. So I'm just using that to draw a design on the oven mitts. So if you wanted to use a black pen or just not have a design on your oven mitts, you can definitely do that too. So that's the first theme, just some oven mitts and some cookies. Next, I'm going to do a hot air balloon theme, which I've done quite a bit in my recent custom journals. So I'm starting off just by writing the title of the month right across the center of the page. But again, you can definitely change this up. If you're not as into calligraphy, you can use some stamps or some bubble letters or whatever it may be. All of these themes can totally be switched and customized to make them fit your journaling style better. So the font that I decided to go with was obviously some big black calligraphy, and then I'm using my black fine liner. This one is from Mr. Pen, and I'm just adding kind of a dashed drop shadow to the right side of all of my letters. It's just a fun lettering style that I saw on Pinterest one time, and I've been using it a lot in journals. So just adding little drop shadows like this works whether you're doing calligraphy or a different type of font. Now moving on to the hot air balloons, just like with the previous theme, I always like to start with my markers and again just make like basic shapes. So I don't even know exactly how to describe this shape. It's the shape of a hot air balloon, but yeah, kind of like an upside down teardrop. And I chose to use 2 colors. You can use whatever colors you want. You can use more than 2 or just 1. But yeah, I'm just starting off by drawing these hot air balloon shapes, and mine are moving across the page. I have also done it where they just kind of fill the whole page, but again, it's totally up to you how you want to do that. Now, once you've got as many hot air balloon shapes as you want, you're going to take a neutral colored marker. I used this really light tan, and I'm making what's going to be the basket of the hot air balloon, so it's just like a half circle. And again, I always go in with marker first, and now I'm going to take a black fine liner and just outline everything, connect the balloon to the basket, and then add sort of like a crosshatch pattern on the basket itself. Next, I'm going to draw some clouds. So for me, I like to just use some kind of gray and just draw the outline of clouds. Since I've already colored in the hot air balloons and the baskets, these parts I don't really fill in. But again, you can change that up if you want to. I just draw this really simple cloud shape with the fine tip of my Tombow dual tip brush pens. And again, I keep the clouds in whatever area the hot air balloons are in. So if you decide to fill your whole page with hot air balloons, you can add more clouds. Mine are just kind of moving across the page. And of course, the washi tape that I'm adding now, that's totally optional. I just happen to have orange washi tape that matches perfectly with the color that I chose for these balloons, so I decided to use that. Now, as you can see, I'm just adding a border, and I just chose to do just a simple black border using this gel pen from Rytech. And borders, again, they're totally optional. You could definitely leave it without the border. You could use the border on the cookie spread that I did over to the left. It's just something that I like to add every now and then to my spreads. And now the final touch for these hot air balloons is the white gel pen. So again, I'm using my white gel pen from Mr. Pen. It is the best one that I've found. It really pops off of color. But yeah, so I'm just using it and drawing a bunch of kind of random designs on these hot air balloons. They're all going to be a little bit different. And if you've ever seen me do my like jellyfish theme, I used to do that all the time in custom journals. But it's the same idea. The jellyfish just have a really simple shape, and then I use actually these exact designs on the jellyfish as well. So again, that's just a quick tip if you're not super great at drawing, but you want to have cute doodles in your journal, is just to find themes that have really simple shapes that you can add some excitement to using like white gel pen or something like that. So moving on to the final theme, it's another food related theme. I didn't really do that on purpose, but 2 out of the 3 themes today are food related. And this one is a PB&J theme. So as you can see, I took a lighter brown and just drew like the outline of 2 pieces of bread. And now I'm adding on some peanut butter, just kind of a splash of brown on the middle of that one. And then I'm going to add some jam to the other piece of bread. Now off to the side, I am also doodling a couple of strawberries and peanuts. Again, just super like basic shapes that come together really, really quickly. Now I'm taking the same light brown as I used at the start, and I'm just filling in the rest of the bread, the part that doesn't have either peanut butter or jam on it. And finally, I am gonna add a crust as well, using a slightly darker brown. So that's pretty much it for the peanut butter and jam theme. Of course, if you don't like peanut butter and jam, you can use like a darker brown for Nutella or a golden yellow for honey or something like that. This theme is something you can totally customize. Just like all the other ones, you really can take them and make them your own. So that's it for the doodles here. This one is really simple. Now for the font with this one, I'm not doing calligraphy. I am still using my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen and just writing October in printing, but all of my downstrokes are thick, just like I would do with calligraphy. And then to this page, I'm going to add kind of a double border. So just 2 thin black lines. I used this style of border a lot in my own October plan with me as well. I don't know, I just have been really liking it lately. So it's been showing up in a lot of my custom journals and in my own journal. So those are my 3 really simple October journal themes for you guys. We've got the peanut butter and jelly theme, then we've got the cookie theme and the hot air balloons. Thank you all so much for joining me for another video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.